President Joe Biden pushed for a 6-week pause in fighting and hostage release deal in the war between Israel and Gaza-based militant group Hamas. One of the most concrete public proposals Biden has made in the months-long war, as a potential ground offensive in the Gaza Strip city of Rafah draws scrutiny from the Biden administration. Earlier Monday, Israeli forces rescued 2 hostages from Rafah, marking the second known rescue of hostages being held by Hamas, the last of which was in October. The pair was rescued while Israeli forces conducted airstrikes in the city that killed around 100 people, CNN reported. During the airstrikes, forces entered the building where the hostages were held and encountered resistance, CNN reported, before rescuing the men and escorting them out. Israel has signaled it could send ground troops into Rafah, a city on the southern end of the Gaza Strip near the border with Egypt, following military engagements in Gaza City and Khan Yunis. U.S. officials have warned against a Rafah invasion in recent days, with National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby saying the move could be a disaster for residents. More than 1 million Palestinians are living in Rafah, many of whom have been displaced from other parts of the Gaza Strip due to earlier rounds of fighting. Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, 2023, killing about 1,200 people and taking around 250 hostages, according to the Associated Press. Since then, Israel has launched a ground invasion of Gaza aimed at uprooting Hamas, and more than 28,000 Palestinians are believed to have been killed, according to the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza. More than 100 hostages were returned by Hamas to Israel during a days-long ceasefire at the end of November, and Israel has been under pressure to negotiate the release of more hostages since then. Biden has been showing increased frustration with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has insisted on a total victory, and opposed the creation of a Palestinian state after the war. Biden recently called Netanyahu's military approach over the top, and Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the number of Palestinians being killed remains too high. Last week, Netanyahu rejected a proposal from Hamas that called for a 4.5-month ceasefire and the release of all hostages held by Hamas plus many Palestinians imprisoned by Israel, a plan Hamas said should end with a withdrawal of Israeli forces. Hamas made the offer after receiving a proposal that called for the release of hostages in 3 stages, Reuters reported, but did not promise a permanent stop to the fighting. If and when Israel and Hamas could strike a new hostage and ceasefire deal. There have been talks and reports of deals nearly being approved by both Israel and Hamas for weeks, though nothing has been confirmed by both sides.